Find an Easter egg from Fortnite's developers. It's obviously a reference to your face once you grab all the loot. Here are 30 secrets and Easter eggs in Fortnite Chapter 6, and number 1 is hiding in the Battle Pass. Baymax has an incredible reference to his movie. Take a look at his loading screen and you'll realize it's a tribute to the scene where he learns how to fly. You gotta appreciate the amount of detail around the map. You can find all kinds of hilarious signs, especially on construction sites where Fishstick is giving plenty of advice to builders. For example, you shouldn't eat pickles, cannonball into water, and you should look out for tornadoes. You know? If you grab an air sprite at Magic Moss's, it'll reveal a secret passage that nobody knows about. Take this little guy into the hidden cave under the floorboards and walk up to the wall near the turtle statues. One chest? Come on. Well, this is where some people would leave, but don't break the rock behind it. No. Chapter 6 might be the coolest map we've ever had, guys. I'm just saying. Especially when there's amazing Easter eggs like this crab on the beach. First glance, you think, oh cool, the crab from Chapter 1 is here. Except looking at the location and the DJ set on the sand, this has actually been transformed into the perfect crab rave reference. One of the best secrets is the mysterious vault on the map that the game doesn't tell you how to get into. The first step to figuring this out is landing at Night Shift Forest, where it turns your game to nighttime. But you could actually undo this curse. If you track down Bush Ranger in the forest, you'll walk around like any other NPC. Except there's a button to show him your items, and this is where the sprite comes in. If you find a sprite, you show it to him, and you'll be rewarded handsomely, giving you an invisible item called the Vault Key. You'll also notice everything just turned to daytime. Now, if you take this key to the middle of the ruins, go downstairs, there's a concrete door which is all yours. Typhoon blades, elemental chests, bar safes, there's an entire match loot in here, and now you know how to get it. Look out for more hidden details in Chapter 6, like the fact pylons have been updated. You're probably sitting there saying, what are you talking about, Tommy? Who cares? Well, if you look at them now, you might think, wait, weren't these blue? Red and white, what gives? Well, what if I told you these are now secretly an Easter egg to the real-life Tokyo Tower? And no one has noticed. Hopefully you won your first game of Chapter 6 by now, but if not, don't worry. Last season's umbrella just got a secret update that makes it better than the current one. Pull out the remix umbrella and you'll hear music coming from the record. It's not the only secret hiding on Chapter 6's map, because there's a movie Easter egg in the rooms of Foxy Floodgate. These U2.0 robots are all over the island and serve as Fortnite's unofficial mascot for this season, as they get into some hilarious situations. Like the fact this guy just crushed his buddy with a forklift. Pretty funny on its own, but then you realize it's a double joke referencing the time Austin Powers got stuck in the exact same way. Turn to the antics of these little robots, but first let's talk about another secret tunnel on the map, except this time you can't get in, at least not yet. You see, Flooded Frogs is covered in water. I mean, it's literally in the name. Except if you look at the side of the POI, there's a door which, if open, would drain the water and make it flow down the mountain. Once this happens, not only would it change the entire POI, it could unlock secret tunnels underneath Flooded Frogs. One that you could already get a glimpse of if you look under the surface in replay mode. Speaking of frogs, the entire population might be here at this POI, but it feels like something's missing. The famous frogs we all know and love. Well, don't worry, the classic family are hiding in Chapter 6 off the coast on this small island. Last time we saw them, they were teaching their kids diving lessons, and the learning continues as they are jumping from even higher this season. It's one of the longest running Easter eggs in Fortnite history. That's alongside gnomes who never fail to appear, and they are everywhere in Chapter 6. You just need to look for them. Splitting Pins is a secret building in the forest where robots are turning wood into bowling pins and then testing them at this small bowling alley. Well, I guess the robots didn't like being turned into workers because the one I mentioned earlier is about to commit a pretty heinous crime. Now, his buddies are all hiding in a secret base in the Orange Mountains near Demon's Dojo. Head down the zip line to find the hidden lair of the gnomes. Yes, that is a robot stuck in a golden toilet. My personal favorite secret is hiding in plain sight. When you see a massive bridge like Shining Span, there's gotta be something underneath. It's like seeing a waterfall and not checking for a hidden cave.
I want you to know this will be my last dive.
So everything all right?
You are great divers, so don't leave me alone.
Don't smack! I'm not losing a diver today.
How much gas does he have left?
Not enough. I got an idea.
If we make a mistake, we put the entire ship at risk.
Now!
Last Breath, rated PG-13, only in theaters February 28th.
You gotta look. Thankfully, when you peek under the bridge supports, you'll be rewarded for your curiosity. There's a tiny gnome playing the piano. Probably the smallest little guy we've ever seen. Does he live here now? It's not like he could get down. For a secret that'll save your life, there's a tip that you have to know about, otherwise you can find yourself being sent back to the lobby. If you haven't landed at Demon's Dojo yet, better be prepared, and for those who have dropped here, you know how terrifying it is. Not just from the crazy Night Rose boss battle, but her henchmen roaming the place. Instead of your traditional guards, these are ghosts which will come at you in the scariest way. Except wait until you realize they only move when you're not looking at them. It's basically a classic horror game villains. Now you know this, getting away is easier than you think, just don't look away. Not the only thing to avoid doing. While running around, I came across this no dancing sign. Now look, these have been on the map for like half a decade at this point, and it never does anything. What it does, it gives you XP because it's part of a challenge, so naturally, I had to dance here. Surely the coral buddies wouldn't mind. Ouch. On the bright side, it's not the only way to find our beloved coral buddies on the map. Back at the gnome base I mentioned earlier, there's one of them cooking for the gang. Just hopefully he doesn't burn himself on the stove. Now, there's a secret which has been in the making for over a year. You see, back when Fortnite OG was announced, it blew up the internet and was so popular, Epic were forced to bring it back permanently for Chapter 6. Although, little did we know, during the first ever trailer for OG last year, you can see the tilted clock tower at 12 and 6. Should I mention what returns on December 6th? Another crazy coincidence, or clearly the smartest teaser of all time. Something I can't quite understand is this random watchtower on the island. Usually there are guards that live in these, yet a bunch of desserts that made it their home instead. You literally see ice cream sandwiches sharing a bed with a pretzel, and literally no explanation for this. What is Fortnite cooking? So, while that's an interesting storyline, the true plot we're following is exactly how we got here. Turns out, as we followed Hope and Jones onto the map, so did a mysterious shard of rock. When the files revealed all, it was actually a part of the 0 point. And now, you can find the crater left behind on the map. Just one problem, the shard is missing. It's probably up to us now to find it, and we'll check back on the story quest in the coming weeks. That's because a different stone is catching people's attention. Honestly, it's hard to miss. As you drop down on the island, players are spotting a gigantic stone face at Lost Lake. I don't know if this place is meant to be the Chapter 6 version. 0 point, there's the mysterious statue. Her eyes are glowing, and she looks almost identical to the Stoneheart skin from Chapter 1. So, what does this mean? I guess we'll find out. But she's not the only mystery on the island, because in the mountains, there's a portal, and even though there's tons of these around the map, this one is different. It's been frozen over, and you can't activate it. This has officially led fans to believe we're looking at a teaser for Chapter 6's next crossover. Usually, these places always end in a collab, but the question is, who can it be? Like Godzilla, is he gonna be summoned through this? Is it gonna bring Demon Slayer to the island? Maybe someone no one is expecting. We'll find out eventually, but at least someone on the map could actually see into the future. Hope. Not only is she in the battle pass, but we learned last season that her graffiti is what allows her to get these prophetic visions and basically predict what's gonna happen next. Well, if you look at this modern hotel on the island and check the walls, it has an arrow pointing to the floor above, telling us to look here for Hope's new vision. So you look on the upper floor, and there it is. What it means? No clue. In that same hotel, there are plenty of TVs for you to check out, and they have a hilarious screensaver. At first glance, it's just a basic flopper in the ocean, but this is a parody of classic random fish wallpapers when you leave your TV on standby. I don't know, maybe you left it to go to the toilet. Well, in Fortnite, you don't even need to leave your entertainment behind to take a dump. That's because your squid logs is a toilet in the middle of nowhere with an amazing view of the island. It's got a rain shelter, a boombox, everything you need for the most relaxing bathroom break of all time. There's tons of wacky Easter eggs like this on the island, from Dur Burger turning into Dur Sushi to these waving bunnies enjoying the ocean together, and a robot getting stuck in a washing machine that I'm really hoping is an innocent joke and not like a step bro meme. Okay, something I actually feel bad for are the sprites. These guys are usually running around all happy and joyful, but get trapped in the storm and they'll get angry while trying to jump off their back. Let's move on over to the brand new mascot that has taken over the island. This is Bird. You get it? Because he's a chicken that looks like a third. It's great. And he has gas stations all over the place, along with supermarkets that have shelves full of his products. I'm serious. There's Bird merchandise everywhere. Billboards, burger menus, actual chicken wings you can see, which, kind of look delicious. But seriously, the detail is incredible here, especially when you simply look out beyond the island. Mount Fuji is literally right there for you to enjoy, and it looks beautiful. Don't forget, the real Mount Fuji is a dormant volcano, so if this erupted on Fortnite, it would be spectacular. So much so that even teddy bears are trying to get the best view possible. Except, hey, wait a second.
Excuse me?
Thank you to everyone who used code T5G when buying the Chapter 6 Battle Pass, or maybe you're about to use it picking up some item shop items. I don't know. It has been Tommy. Keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.